This is the Saramonic SR-XM1 microphone. It's a little tiny portable thing to go on top of a camera or on the side of a camera. It costs just £24. It has a frequency range of 75 Hz to 15 kHz and a minus 58 dB noise floor. The nice thing about this mic is it's bendy, so you can have it straight out if you want to. If you've got an input on the front of your camera, or if it's on the side of the camera, you can bend it at right angles. But there's nothing you can do if it's on the back of the camera, because you can only face it upwards or downwards really. So luckily it's an Omni. So let's see what it sounds like. This is the sound of the Saramonic microphone as it would probably be used outside. And when you're outside, you've got it on a selfie stick or something like that, so it's about 3 feet away. The only thing is, with the Saramonic microphone, it's a right angle thing, and if you use it with something like I'm using, which is the action cam, unfortunately when you get the adapter on, the output or the input for the adapter is on the other side of the camera, so the right angle makes the microphone point upwards, not at you, which is a bit of a pity. But seeing that it's Omni, hopefully it should be picking me up. There is a little bit of wind noise and traffic noise going on. Hopefully it's not picking up too much of that, but this is typically how it would be used on an action cam or something like that, and this is what it would sound like outside when you've got no reverberations or anything like that going on. So that's the sound of the Saramonic. This is the sound of the EduTeach, and this is the one that I normally use, but unfortunately when you put it on the action cam, what happens is the microphone is now facing backwards. So being an Omni, hopefully it's picking me up reasonably well, but because it's picking up backwards, there's going to be a slight tonal difference to talking into the front. So for instance, if I turn this around and talk into the back, it's going to sound probably quite a bit sharper. Just to compare the front and back sound, I'm now on the back of the camera and I'm speaking directly into the Saramonic, and you probably find that this is now a lot clearer because it's not being spoken into sort of sideways, because on the Osmo Action it has to be fitted, unfortunately, facing the sky or facing the floor. So now I'm talking into the back of the microphone while I film the garden, and the sound may have changed because I'm now speaking directly into the microphone rather than on the back of it when you're looking in the front of the camera. Just to act as a comparison, this is a Movo microphone on top. It's the VXR10, the second version, and this is a Cardioid microphone, so hopefully it cuts out a little bit more noise and might be a little bit more focused because it's actually looking at me now. So this is the Osmo Action being used with a Cardioid microphone, and it's pretty typical of what most action people would use, these little miniature shotgun type things. They're normally things like the Rode Video Micro, this Movo, or even the Boya. They sound quite similar in a way, and I find with this one it does cut out a little bit of the noise around, so you get a bit more focus on the speech. I've now got the Saramonic plugged into a Sony ZV-1 and I'm indoors, so we're picking up probably all kinds of reverberation because it is an Omni microphone. On top of that reverberation, you might be also picking up a little bit of hiss. I'll just be quiet because this is now being used as it was probably intended, because since it's on the Sony, it's now facing forwards at me, but the noise in comparison to my voice might be slightly higher than you're used to. Have a listen. Now hopefully that's not too bad. It's in these situations that microphones really show how good they are. When it's quiet all around, you can hear the microphone itself making noise. So this is the sound of it. Now the thing is, if I turn it round, I'm going to now quickly turn it round. That's the microphone from the rear. So when I'm talking into that, that's what it would sound like, say, when you're outside and it's pointing backwards like it was outside earlier when I was using the action cam to film, because there was no other option other than to face it backwards or upwards, and that's what it sounds like. So it should sound roughly the same as the front if it's an Omni, but very often with these things the casing shields the microphone capsule and you get a slightly different sound. The great thing though about this microphone is it has such a tiny little profile, especially when you put it on something like a Sony ZV-1 or an action cam. Everything is so small and so portable. Well, there's no doubt these things are really handy when you're outdoors and you're moving around with a tiny camera, because it just makes that profile beautifully small. If I compare it with the EduTeach, there's the EduTeach there. That's the one I was using outside in the back garden, and here is the Saramonic. It's a little bit bigger, but this one doesn't bend. It's just a straight microphone, just go straight in. But again, it's Omni. The Saramonic is also an Omni mic, and that's good because you can put it on the back of the camera and it's going to work, so you don't have to point it at the subject, although it does sound a little bit crisper when it is on the subject. But having that bend in it like that means you can put it on the side of the camera and it's facing forwards, which is quite handy. For me, the signal to noise ratio of this thing is just a little bit high at 58 dB, but mostly when you're outdoors, there's so much noise around, as I'm outside now and you can probably hear. To my ear, it doesn't sound loud, but on a microphone it does. And the thing is, that 58 dB noise floor isn't going to matter so much. It's when you go indoors, you've got to be careful with this. You might become aware of a little bit of hiss. So to finish, it's a really good value microphone to have, in spite of that signal to noise ratio. But there are quite a few other mics out there that have got a better signal to noise ratio than this, and you could use them equally well as well, or even just use a lavalier on the back of your camera and fit it on the cold shoe or something. That will work the same way. Cheers for now.